Hey there, Live on Purpose family. This is Dr. Paul. I am so excited to be here with you today. We've got some great things planned for this live training. Now, you're joining me live for it's really a webinar kind of a format that we're doing today. I want to dive in and get some additional content into your hands. And there have been a lot of requests for this. So let's jump in. And in a few minutes here, I may even turn on my webcam and show you about a week's worth of beard growth. You guys have not seen me yet with a beard. And I've got about a week's worth here. I'm taking 200 young people on a pioneer trek here in about 2 weeks. And so I want to look the part. I'll turn on the webcam in a little bit and give you a little sneak peek of that. After I share with you some of this training, I'm also going to reveal something I'm really excited about. I've put together a brand new program. I'll save that for later though. So stick around till the end. We're going to be about 20 minutes here on this webinar to help you become a more conscious parent. And it's so interesting to me. As a psychologist, I have seen this so often. It's in our own head. The most important part of keeping our cool as a parent doesn't even have anything to do with our kids. Probably some of you are going to be aware of that, and you know what I'm talking about here. We're usually looking for strategies and tools and tips and techniques so that we can stop yelling and keep our cool when our kids are pushing the limits. And while all that's really important, I'm going to jump into 3 tips with you today. Tips, insights, hacks maybe, that will help you to transform your parental mindset. We've got to think differently if we want to show up differently as parents. As a quick introduction, I'm Dr. Paul Jenkins. I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and for the last 25 years, I have been working diligently to help families and parents have less conflict, more peace, and to just have the kind of environment and culture that I think we all really want to have in our homes. And with all of that experience, I'm bringing to you today some ideas that will help you to accomplish that in your home. So here's the first important question. What is your job as a parent? I've asked a lot of parents this. If you've been on the channel very long, you've heard me reiterate this probably hundreds of times. What is your job as a parent? Now, some of you are going to know this. Some of you might be surprised. No, it's not a big surprise. Your job is to love them, no matter what, and even if. Now, we could jump into the whole even if party, and I could test you. Will you love them? You love your kids. You know you do. That's why you're here. Will you love them even if they don't listen? You guys have already practiced this. You know that you can and that you will and that you do love them, even if they don't listen. Even if they disobey? Yes, even if they disobey. Even if they hate you? Have you heard that from your kids? I hate you, or you hate me. Right. It's not true. This is something that they say when they get into a power struggle, but it's not that they hate you. Will you love them though, even if they do? Okay, this is a test for you as a parent. Will you love them even if they flunk out of school? They fail at whatever their venture is. They try to move back in with you when they're 35 and eat your groceries. They go to prison. They bring home their gay lover for Thanksgiving. You guys, I'm not making all of this stuff up. This is what happens to a lot of really great parents. And we're not even going to go any farther in this webinar until we accept that our job is to love them no matter what, and even if. It's really easy to get distracted. A lot of parents feel like, oh, my job is to make sure that they fill in the blanks. Make sure that they listen. How's that going for you? Doing pretty well at that one? Yeah, you really stink at that job. Make sure that they become good, productive citizens. Make sure that they do their chores or their homework. Make sure that they're happy and well-adjusted. Make sure that they're safe. Now, disclaimer, we're going to do a lot of these things as a strategic side effect of what our job is, but our main job is to love them no matter what, and even if. I'm going to come back to that because it is so important. When we get distracted and think that our job is to make sure that any of these things on the list, what happens from that is frustration and anger and resentment. This is for you and for your kids. It is a predictable strategy to bring about that frustration, anger, and resentment. And why are we yelling in the first place? Well, it's because we feel these things, right? So it's really important to latch on to our number one job, to love them no matter what, and even if. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You already love them. Awesome. Congratulations. I am so thrilled to hear that because you're doing your job if you already love them. And just wrap your head around that for a minute. Sit with it for a moment. And I know you need help getting them to listen and obey. I'm going to help you with that. I haven't even jumped into the 3 tips yet, folks. That's why I'm spending some time on this. It is so important to realize my job is to love them no matter what, and even if. Okay, just breathe for a minute. And before I move to the next little piece, here's another thing I want you to wrap your head around. You are a benevolent, generous, loving parent already. You know what? I got to look you in the face for this one. Hang on. Where's my webcam? There it is. There's that 1 week of growth I told you about. What do you think? DrPaul, keep the beard or lose the beard? I don't know. I'll have it for a couple of weeks. I stopped shaving after my last YouTube shoot, and I'll probably start shaving before the next one. So this may be the only time you see me with it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it fills in. I wanted to look you in the face for this. Okay, listen to me. You are a benevolent, generous, loving parent. Now, ignore all the arguments that come up in your own mind when I share that with you, and just trust me on this. I've got a PhD in clinical psychology. Whose opinion are you going to trust? Yours or mine? Now, I know you've got all these stories about how you yell too much and you've lost your patience and you wish you wouldn't have done this or that. I get it. That's why we're going to help you out with this webinar and a little something special I'm going to offer in a little bit. You are a benevolent, generous, loving parent. That is true. And on that foundation, we can do a whole lot of stuff. And your job is to love them no matter what. And even if. Okay, we're going back to the slides. If I can figure out how to do that. Here we go. To get into the tips, these tips are powerful. You're going to think that they are, I don't know, fluffy, but don't be distracted by the simplicity of what I'm about to share with you. What we're talking about is having a transformation of our own psychology, our own parental mindset that allows us to be in a position where we have greater influence with our kids. And it's a strategic side effect. I've mentioned that a couple of times already, that your kids are probably going to line up and behave a little better when you do these things. But really, ultimately, we're not doing it for that purpose. We're doing it to change something inside of our own heart and mind. And that will change not only your parenting, but every other way that you interact with your life. So knowing that your job is to love them no matter what, and even if, let's get into those 3 tips. And I think you're going to see very quickly how this is going to make a difference. So tip number 1, first tip is this. Whoever is most upset is going to lose the power struggle. You know all those power struggles you get into with your kids? Can you picture yourself remaining calm? And just breathe a little bit if you need to. You know, in through the nose, hold briefly, out through the mouth, nice and slow. Breathe and picture how it's going to feel to you when there's a potential power struggle that comes up with your kids and you are not tipping over. You are not becoming upset. You're not losing it. Because whoever's most upset is going to lose the power struggle. Now, the powerful idea here is that when parents are smiling, kids are thinking. Check in with that. My kids always got nervous. You see a picture here of me and Vicky, and we're smiling. Now, this isn't one of those times when the kids are driving us nuts. Yes, this is actually on a beach in Connecticut when my son was getting married, and we were thrilled and happy for him. The concept is still the same. When parents are smiling, kids are thinking. Make a little mental note of that, because this becomes a little bit of a game that we get to play with our kids. Losing your cool shifts the power and the control of the interaction, and you'll end up feeling manipulated. This is why we get into the frustration, anger, and resentment that has us yelling much of the time. In fact, really quickly, on the psychology of yelling, we yell because we feel frustrated, angry, or resentful, typically. Why do we feel frustrated, angry, and resentful? Because our expectations have not been met. Think about it. Your kids are doing something that you were expecting or maybe even hoping that they wouldn't do, or they're not doing something that you want them to do. Do you see the connection there? When they violate that expectation, we feel frustrated, angry, and resentful. So it's a whole lot easier. I guarantee you, after 25 years of clinical experience, I can guarantee this, okay? It is 100% easier to change your expectation than it is to change what you're experiencing or what someone else is doing or what's going on in your environment. Okay, can you get behind that? And that seems self-evident. That's why we're going to focus on what we can control. All right, so that's tip number 1. Whoever's the most upset will lose the power struggle. I've got some other tools for you to practically do that. Just keep a note of that. We're going to move on to number 2. Here it is. And a little bit of background real quick. One of the videos that is getting the most traction at Live on Purpose TV in the Positive Parenting playlist, and if you haven't looked at it, please do. I've got, I don't know, probably a couple of hundred videos up there now. I've been doing this daily video for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. So you got a lot of resources. And the most popular video so far talks about this. I think that's why it's so popular. You give them 2 choices. Now, there's always choices, right? And at a minimum, your kids get to choose whether they're going to cooperate or not. They get to choose that. Not you. That's why we've built this into the Parenting Power Up program that we've put together. We have to take into account that your kids can always choose to not cooperate. So when I say give them 2 choices, I want you to be okay with both choices. And you control one of them. That one that you control is what we call the default. In other words, if they refuse to choose, then this is the one that's going to happen, and you can control it. Okay. So for a young child, for example, here's the two choices. Okay, sweetie, I'm getting in the car. You can come on your own 2 feet, or you can come on dad's 2 feet. Now, I'm okay with either one. Either way, he's getting in the car and we're going. Which one do I control? I control dad's 2 feet, right? Because that means I'm going to carry him. Hang on, we're doing live and I got to grab my water. Here we go. Thank you. You don't have the benefit of all of my wonderful editors that polish up those videos for YouTube, but I'm just thrilled to be with you here live. Okay, so we're going to give them 2 choices. You're okay with both of them, and you control the default. What happens if you give your child 2 choices and you're okay with one of the choices? That's the one you really want them to do, but not okay with the other one. They have this uncanny knack of picking the one that you're not okay with. That's why you got to be okay with both of the choices. When we do this effectively, we shift the burden of the choice back to their shoulders. You're good with either one. Hey, I'm fine with either choice, really. Choose. Either one's okay with me. Make some notes about some of these words I'm sharing with you and put a smile on your face, remember, because when parents are smiling, kids are thinking. And everything we do invites our kids to either think or fight. Think or fight. Which do you want your kids to do? And that's pretty obvious. So check in with which one you're most likely to do. We got to quit fighting and start thinking ourselves. And that's why we got to spend a little time on the choices. That shifts the burden. Okay, we good so far? Let's go to tip number 3. This is one of those that I knew would seem really simple, possibly simplistic. Stay with me for a minute. Choose to enjoy your kids. Now, there are 2 key words here that I want to focus on. Choose and enjoy. Let's start with choose. I'm trying to highlight it for you. There we go. Until you see it as a choice, it's not. Now, the reason for this goes back to psychology, and I've talked in several of my videos, especially the personal development playlist videos, about a concept called metacognition. If you're not sure what metacognition is, don't worry too much. It's a made-up word. We make up words in psychology. It makes us feel smart. And metacognition is one of those. If we break it down, cognition means thinking. Thinking. Metacognition is a higher level. It's thinking about thinking. Notice that you can do this. And as you think about your thinking, what if you were to intentionally choose to enjoy your kids? Can you? Yes, you can. Now, adjusting our own thinking and expectations is part of the key there. That's why I spend a lot of time in my coaching with parents, working on them, not their kids. Now, I can tell you that because you probably know this. And I've been fired in the past when I said, oh, let's work on you. And they're like, no, I want to work on my kids. Well, I know that you got to work on you in order to get some good results with your kids. Choose to enjoy your kids. Make a conscious choice. In fact, write down on a piece of paper or something right now, I choose to enjoy my kids. And just see what it does to your brain. It's really cool. When you take that position, it's a whole lot easier to not sweat the small stuff. Focus on what you can control, not what you can't. And get back on your job as a parent, which is, I hope you're saying it along with me, to love them no matter what. And even if. This is really key because when parents are smiling, kids are thinking, and we want to invite our kids to do better thinking. This is more enjoyable for you as a parent too. But in a lot of ways, that's just a side effect. There's a lot of really neat side effects. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. I know I need to be more calm as a parent, but it's so hard to break my old habits. Yeah, the reason for this has to do with neural pathways. It's a psychological term that basically means programming or our habits. It's easiest to run with whatever we're already programmed to do. You will naturally react based on your programming. And you didn't program yourself. I'm speaking to you in English. Why? Because my parents programmed me to speak English. They didn't even give me a choice. Now, I'm fluent in Finnish as well. I chose to speak Finnish, but then I had to do some serious programming. In a similar way, if you are already programmed to react quickly, to yell, to scream, to lose your cool, okay, I get it. And let's give you just a little bit of leeway there and tolerance because you were programmed. You can reprogram, and that's why we're talking about this today. Now, I promised to get through that in 20 minutes because I wanted to talk to you about some other things. Would you agree that this has been time well spent so far? I'm loving some of the comments that are coming through. I'm not responding to them all right now because there's, a whole lot of them. But thank you for listening and watching. There's no way that we can cover everything in this short webinar. And so I am so excited for this next part, you guys. You've been asking for more, and we've been working on that for the past several months. We have been developing, and by we, I mean me and Vicky. I have teamed up with her, and you are going to see her more and more in our YouTube videos. Why? Because she's the awesomest parent I know. Is awesomest a word? Oh yeah, I'm a psychologist. I can make up words. She is the awesomest parent I know. She is so cool, and she knows things that I don't. We have found that combined with my PhD in clinical experience and my experience as a father, together with her master's degree in speech language pathology and 2 decades of working with kids and parents and teachers in the school system, we've got some pretty cool stuff. And what we've created is called the Parenting Power Up. Some of you are familiar with what we've launched in the past as a preliminary kind of preview to what's going to go into this new coaching program. So this is not just a digital product, you guys. This is something that will help you be a more positive parent and take on all of those intricacies, including your own mind. We're so excited to introduce that Parenting Power Up. So here's what it's going to look like. And just consider how it's going to feel to you if Vicky and I could help you to implement all of this. YouTube videos are great, but they don't give us all of the support and resources that we need. So we've put together this Parenting Power Up. It's a 6-week live group coaching program. And here's what's included. So let me just highlight each of these individually so that you'll know what we're talking about here. 6 weekly live group Parenting Power Up sessions. That's live with me, with Vicky. It includes questions and answers. It's a private group call. The value of that is at $1,500. My basic coaching packages start at $1,500. You get lifetime access to the coaching call recordings. They're there for you to review anytime you want. You will also have lifetime access to the Parenting Power Up digital course. Some of you have been introduced to this through our introductory offer of the digital course. There are 18 different modules there that address different specific things about parenting. That's at a $497 value. You will get lifetime access to the digital Positivity Power Up course. $697 value. You guys, this is what I do every day, all day, in and out. I am teaching people about positivity. I've written 2 books on positivity. I've put that together in a powerful 6-module video course. That's the Positivity Power Up. What does that have to do with parenting? Duh, it has everything to do with parenting because it's your mind that is driving your behaviors. And then we're going to offer a discount on any future coaching programs for anybody that jumps in on this particular offering. Now, who is this for? You are a conscious, positive parent. People like that who want to transform their family culture are going to love this course. Busy moms who are looking for a better, more practical way to do things, raising their kids. And any of us really, do you remember how you used to feel so patient and then you had kids? That's us. And that's who this course is really working for. I had 2 choices as I was putting this together. And honestly, I've had to hire my own coaches to help me get out of my own way because I'm thinking, okay, let's go as cheap as possible. Let's sell as many of these as possible to as many people as we can. The problem with that, you guys, is it wouldn't incentivize me to really pack the value into this course. And that brings up the second option. It requires a little higher investment on your part, but in exchange, I get to devote more of my personal resources to guarantee your success. Does that make sense to you? We are here to help. Vicki and I are so excited to share what we've got with you. We've done this for other moms and dads, single parents, divorced parents, parents like you who are just struggling with, how do I keep my cool when my kids won't listen, when they're pushing the limits? I had Chantel send me this, and I wanted to share it with you. She said that this parenting power up has been tremendously helpful. And look at what she said here. I am no longer yelling at my children for every little thing, which was literally my main form of communication before I found DrPaul. Chantel, I am so happy that you sent that in. It is worth every cent, she said. I have 2 more right here on my Post-it notes. Ilsa from Belgium, a mother of 2, she writes in, I paid for the parenting program. It's giving me more confidence. Thank you, DrPaul. I've got Eric and Annalari, 5 busy kids that test their patience. They say, we needed some tools. This is fantastic. I'm sharing this with you, you guys, because it's not about me. It's not about what I think about the program. These principles are principles that I've practiced throughout my career. What I want you to see is it is having a powerful impact on parents like you. So we're packaging this together. I am stacking up the value here. The 6-week live group parenting power up sessions, and I am dragging Vicki in on those as well. So you're going to see both of us, and you get to interact with us live, questions and answers. It will be a private call. Only those who purchase the coaching program are going to be in on this. You'll have lifetime access to the call recordings. You've got the 2 digital courses, discounts for future programs. And then you know what? My sales coach said, you got to add more. I'm like, really? This is a ton. She says, yes, give them a bonus. And so we put together a bundle box. This, I call it the plop package, but she says that I need to call it the bundle box. This is going to plop on your porch. I am going to ship you a nice little tote bag to keep all of your books in. You get the workbook. You get copies of both of my books. I'm going to autograph those for you. We're throwing in some swag, the refrigerator magnet. We got pens. This is a cool bonus, and I have never done one of these before. I am personally excited to get this box on my porch. So I said, there's your bonus. And she says, my sales coach, she says, how about another bonus? I'm like, really? Serious? Yes, give them another one. We have put together a private VIP parenting community. This is going to be hosted on Facebook, but it's a private group where we will let in the first 20 people. That's what we're going to start with. To have interactions, we'll do Facebook Lives there. We'll interact with each other in this private VIP parenting community. We're putting that at a $9.97 value and adding it to the package. So when you put all of this together, we're at almost $5,000 on the value. What if all we could do was help you get your kids to listen without yelling? Would that be worth it? Or what if all we did was help you feel more confident as a good parent? I turned on the webcam earlier and I said, you are a good parent. You are a benevolent, generous, loving parent. What if you could feel more confident about that? Would it be worth it? What if we could help you sleep well, knowing that your family's good? And then there's peace in your home and relationships. Would that be worth it? You guys, what is peace and confidence worth to you? Knowing that you raised your child successfully? Would it be worth $5,000, $10,000, more than that? How much would you pay to get that feeling that you're doing your job well? I hope you've got a little bit of that feeling just after this conversation today. I have clients that are paying me $30,000 or more to help them transform their family culture in this way. Can you see why it's a good deal at $5,000? Well, less than that because I threw in the bonuses for free for my Live on Purpose family. $36.91 is the retail value of that. That's not good enough. We're going to package all of that together for you today for just $9.97. There is a link in the description here on YouTube. Just go down to the description of the video, or you can go to parentingpowerup.com and then do a / coaching program. That's how you can get in on this special deal. Oh, wait, there's more. That's right. We added a third bonus to this, which is the Positive Parenting Video Vault. Now, these are videos that we've put up on YouTube, plus a few bonus videos packaged together so that you don't have to go searching through everything. The Video Vault. What a cool idea. And you get the whole thing for $9.97 right now. This is a limited time, and let me tell you why. I'm doing this YouTube live. I'll probably do another one or two in the next week or so. And then we launch this group, this private coaching group, on July 3rd. That's just a couple of weeks away. I don't know when you're watching this video. If you're here with me live, you're real time. So you know that, July 3rd. And we're only doing the promotional price for that time. Now you have two choices. And honestly, I'm going to give you both of these. You can do nothing. Continue to enjoy the playlists here on YouTube. You are welcome here. We love you here. We love that you share these videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to take this leap of faith. The second option, pony up the small investment. And it's small compared to what it is you're dealing with in your family. Compared to all the value you get in return, just give it a shot. And I guarantee you're going to love this. If not, you can ask for your money back. I'm giving a 30-day guarantee on this. If you sign up today and you don't like it for any reason at all, and I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now, let me know. We'll refund your money. I don't think you're going to do that. Is this worth investing your time to check this out? You guys, if it does even half of what I'm saying that it'll do, and I have some confidence around this, it's going to pay for itself. You are going to love this. Other parenting programs can give you the information. We're going for a transformation here. We're going to get into your mind. We're going to get into the psychology of this whole thing. Quick recap of what you get. The 6 weekly live group parenting power-up sessions. That is live, okay? You will get lifetime access to the coaching call. You will get lifetime access to both of those digital courses. You get the bundle box plopped on your porch, the VIP community, the video vault, and one more thing. I got to throw this in. I haven't even cleared this with Vicki yet, but you know what? First 10 that sign up, we're going to give you a 1-hour private consultation with me and Vicki. You get to have that for free. That's a $400 value. You get in today for just $9.97. Go to the Parenting Power Up, parentingpowerup.com/coaching program. We are so excited to see you on the inside of this and so honored to be on your parenting team. Thank you for joining us on this live broadcast here today. I'll look forward to seeing you in the coaching program.